All right, good. So, welcome everyone. We're just trying to get acquainted with the system, but we're really happy to have you all connected and joining us. This is a first for us, Level Higher live stream. What we do is really important. We're trying to bridge the gap that people in the diaspora face when they make that decision to come abroad to build their career and to start a new life, essentially. It's a tough journey, it's not easy. It can be isolating, it can be excruciatingly difficult. And we believe that having this interaction with someone who has gone through that process as you and has been able to succeed, build a successful career abroad, having that interaction, that exchange, that mentorship with someone with a similar, background, it's might be the thing that would change your career trajectory. So really, really happy. This is a milestone for us as Level Higher, and excited to be having this first live stream with our mentor, Habib. Habib, welcome.
Thank you for having me, NK.
Okay. I'm not sure they heard that. Huh?
Thank you for having me, Level Higher. Happy to be here with everyone.
Great. So, for wondering who Habib is, of course, we've given we've tried to give a bit of an introduction to who he is on LinkedIn, but of course, I will also read his profile so that we have an understanding, and then we'll dive into his career journey, and of course, open the floor up for questions and answers. So, Habib,
Yes.
is a cloud architect with over 6 years of experience working with organizations such as Amazon, AWS, Next Digital by Devo Team, and Revolution Conseil. He has a background in designing cost optimized architectural infrastructures.
Yeah.
And he started his career as a data consultant, leveraging data analytics, AI, and machine learning to drive business success. And over the years, he has developed his skills in data lakes, data warehousing, data pipelines, governance, smart analytics, machine learning, and AI. He's worked with cutting edge technologies and collaborated with cross functional teams to deliver innovative solutions, leveraging his skills in designing and implementing high availability and fault tolerant architectures that ensure business continuity and minimize downtime. He's worked on teams to optimize storage, data performance, elasticity, and scalability to meet the needs of rapidly growing data sets and demanding workloads. He's also worked with teams to create cost-effective architectural designs that balance efficiency, performance, resulting in significant cost savings for the client. Oops, you've done a lot. You've done a lot. So we're really happy to have you, Habib. So thank you for joining us. Um, so would get straight into it. Mm, Tell us, why France? Let's start from there. Why did you decide to come to France?
Okay. Thank you again, Level Higher, for having me. So, why I chose France was basically because it's actually uh, less or much cheaper to pursue a higher end specialized degree in a developed country, because I had like other countries in mind, like the UK, Canada, US. So just to give you a bit of background why France, also to add more context to that, is that okay, I'm from Nigeria, and I did my high school in Nigeria. When I finished my high school, I got a scholarship, to go study in Algeria to do software engineering in computer science. So I actually went to Algeria, did my first bachelor's in Algeria, then did my first master's in Algeria. Then I finished in Algeria in 2020. When I finished in Algeria in 2020, I was looking for something else because one thing about me is that I always like to look for the trend where we're going in the next 5, 10 years in IT. So I saw that where we're heading to is called cloud computing. So in cloud computing, basically you can actually still do what you do, but you won't actually work with your own component or your own softwares or applications. It will basically be what other people are providing. So, and I wanted to, get hands on there, do a master's that will actually make me do like a specialty outside of software, because if you're going into cloud, it has to be some a software that other people already developed. So you have to look for another niche career path in such process. So what I did was I looked for something that has to relate to my background so that it wouldn't just be for waste, like the software engineering background I do have. So I asked for advice. They told me that what I could do was data engineering, because the school I actually chose is a school that is just specialized in data. So they have data scientists, data engineers, data analysts. Those were the only three specialties they have. So I didn't want to like get into something that would just take time for me to start my professional career. So they told me to go into data engineering because it has kind of really like will I say is related to software engineering. So I went into that, chose France, started looking for school actually, and France was the place that I said that okay, my pocket could handle. So and also
Very
at the same
important.
time, where I was, I already knew the language French, so it was not a big deal for me to come to a country to study in French. But actually, my school is in English, so that also was a very big advantage for me. So that was how I found myself actually in France. So basically, why France was because I could do what I wanted. It's not just about being, finding something that is affordable because later on it will actually get to you if you just do something because you can't also afford it. So
Mhm.
I'm grateful that I found a place, and the school is called, actually, if you're curious to know, it's called Data Science Tech Institute. uh Here they're based in Paris and also in Nice. So yeah, that's the answer for that.
Great. I think what I'm hearing is that you didn't just go study anything, you did your own research,
Exactly.
because it's important to. I know that this is an age where a lot of people are just saying, I want to leave, maybe I want to leave Nigeria, or I want to leave Ghana. You're seeking better opportunities elsewhere, and people are taking decisions based on the fact that they don't want to be where they are, but they are not actually putting in the work to do that research for the long term and to say, okay, I've done my research based on my skill set, based on my background. This is what's going to make me competitive in the
Exactly.
job market,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that's very important. I think I just wanted to highlight that because that's a very solid point. So my next question is: did you leave Nigeria and come straight to France?
No. So earlier on, I mentioned getting a scholarship to study in Algeria first. So I left Nigeria first to Algeria. Um, Fortunately for me, which I would say unfortunately, because I didn't choose Algeria actually. So if you are curious to know, Algeria was not on my list as a place to go study. But what happened was that I got a scholarship from Federal Ministry of Education in Nigeria, and one of the countries that were calling for students that year was Algeria. And they called me, they told me that, okay, we'll have to give you the slot, so you should go. And I didn't want to go because basically, as an English speaking, we always see like English speaking as the best. But I think I challenged myself also that okay, I should take it even if I'm going to learn the language, because you have to learn the language before you start studying. So which is a bit challenging because learning a new language, as an adult, if you are not, very curious or you don't like learning languages, it's kind of challenging, very, very challenging actually. So I took that upon myself, and luckily for me, yeah, I was able to get through that. Learn French. It's a process actually. It's not like I would tell people that within 5 years I was able to speak French fluently. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the case. Even up till today, I still learn French. So you keep learning the language because yeah, that's just the way it is. So that's that.
Good. So you had your background in software engineering,
Yes,
and then you went into AI, machine learning, based on the research and where you saw your career, say the next five
exactly,
years.
exactly.
So how was that? Was it a what I think that they are closely related in some kind of way because it's a technical, you already had that technical background, but
Yes.
what was that switch or that evolution for you, like in terms of challenges, or did you need to learn? What were the new skills or technical tools that you needed to
Exactly.
learn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So the thing is, so as a software engineer, you get to know everything about a computer system. So you already have, like, will I say, it's just okay. So we always say software engineering is the heartbeat, right, of
Mhm.
IT. So once you do have that, it's very easy to like deep dive, like go into like a niche place. It's like a generalist doctor. So you can decide to go into something. Definitely, you will learn new things. Definitely, because I used to work with data. It was not like I never worked with data because back then we call ourselves full stack. So full stack is you develop just to give you a very concrete example. It's just like a website. For example, you're trying to use Google. So Google, like the front page you have there is the front end. So
Mm-hmm.
someone has to develop it. So when you type in all those things, Google actually stores your request. So those requests now are stored at the back end. So now there's another guy specialized doing that has to write code for that. So all software engineers, we have like the full stack, meaning I know how to do
Both
the
front end and back
exactly.
end.
So it's like end to end things. So you know it, but it's not like I'm really specialized in data. So later on now you now have like the business team, like the executive of Google that might want to know like what are the trends now. So now we have like specialized IT guys that we actually make use of those data like you have imputed
Mm-hmm.
inside the system for Google. So now that's the niche now that I needed to learn. So I had to deep dive and also at the same time look for a school that would make me to get the whole concept, the whole notion, because they'll be totally new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and luckily for me, I found a school that actually worked with my own timeline because I've spent so many years schooling,
Mm-hmm.
because basically I like I mentioned, it was in Africa I did my school, so there was not really hands-on, you get me. So it was just theory. So it was just tiring. And coming to France, I said I don't want to do another 2 years of masters. So I
Mm.
actually, what I would say is that my decision actually went into, I needed a school that won't take time for me
Mm-hmm.
to learn what I need to kickstart my data career. So I saw the school, 6 months of program, 6 months intensive program,
Wow.
then 6 months internship. So 6 months so that means in a year you should be done. You should have your degree, and the degree is actually even higher than a master's. So that was
Wow.
really, really a very big deal for me. So I made the sacrifice. I did it, and yeah, 6 months. It was very, very intensive. Learned new concepts, new terminologies.
Mm-hmm.
Did some hands-on. Worked with customers also. So that was a good part because here, actually, in France, like developed countries, you actually like do concrete stuff in
And you need
IT.
to show that you, like, beyond the theoretical knowledge,
Is
you need to actually show practical that
Exactly.
you've
Is
done
is
this.
very important, because if not, it will be challenging for you to actually even get to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Like for someone to hire you, if they just see that you don't have any experience, it's almost
Yeah.
it's almost like you would get employed. So
Wow.
it's very challenging for someone coming from, I don't like anywhere that you have never worked with something concrete. It's challenging. But what the advantage for me was that the school I went to, they had like different. So that was a beauty about like private schools. So they have like big clients already. So the good part was that the company I actually work with is Amazon Web Services. So we had, of course, actually just focus on that. So that was mind blowing, because you won't find, like, there are just very few private schools that will like make you learn a cloud computing, like a cloud provider, like learn their this thing, their services.
So like demi projects, or that were
Exactly.
actually real life scenarios that all of these big companies are actually dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly, because that's the good part about these cloud providers. Like once you are learning their services, like they have different courses. They make sure that they put real hands-on stuff. Like it's not just about theory. So their own approach of teaching people is totally different from the way like schools, like the educational system does.
Yeah.
Because they really want you to be up and going, like up and running.
And they want that when you graduate, you're ready to hit the market.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So was that how it went? You graduated the next week, you got a job, and you started earning big money. Was that what happened?
No, not at all. That was not what happened. So after I finished, after my 6 months, training, for the school, what happened was that, so you have to now look for internship to be able to complete. So you use your internship to complete, to
your
validate
degree,
your
your
degree,
certificate,
your master's degree. So they have partnership, of course, with like startups and all these big companies. So what they do is the school actually, they have like someone that is specialized on that aspect will send your CV. They'll help you to make your CV, correct it. Then they send it out to their partners. So their partners will now get back to them that, okay, we want this guy, that guy, or not. So they did that for me. And one of their partners wanted me. He said, okay, he's going to take me. And he took me. I did it for like 1 month. But it was not enough to validate, because I needed minimum of 4 months. It's 6 months, but school
they were flexible.
Yeah, they're flexible. But so I actually looked for some I applied myself apart from the help of the school. So I applied to several companies. It was not like I applied and I got it. No, it was not like that. So the funny thing was that what happened was that I applied to several roles. I was not limited to just internship, because I already asked the school, like I told them, can I also validate my master's degree with a permanent offer? They said yes. I was like, okay, then why will I waste my time
looking for internship?
I'm earning internship money when I can,
Oh, this guy sounds like a Nigerian. Are you? Yes, you are.
So that was what actually happened. So what happened was that I got an offer from Belgium, from it's called I forgot this K something. Yeah, it's a big bank in Belgium. I got an offer and I was ready. So the thing about me, I'm always ready to move, change, because I always think ahead, is that I'm not attached to anywhere. So, but what now happened was that the company actually that got me, they got me through how do they call them, like
a recruiting, staffing,
exactly,
manpower organization.
Exactly. So that was what happened. The company really KCB, I think, I can't remember the name, but so when they got me, they had now issue between the both of them. I don't know what happened. So the company actually now got back to me, told me that they would have loved to hire me directly because of the issue they're currently having
with the contracting company.
Exactly, the contractor. So and they had to let me go. They couldn't now hire me later on. So I had to leave that. So that actually now put me into a stage that I had to now reapply, because I was like out there. I already got the offer and I was just waiting for the whole 1 month, saying that I'll be going to Belgium. The next thing they told me in September that no, it's not possible.
Yeah.
So I started reapplying again. So that was because they appear. So the thing about application is that for IT guys, like companies have like periods like that they want people. They just don't hire
all year round.
You get me? So that period, summer period, that's when they hire a lot. And already me in September I was meant to start working, but I couldn't start working. So now I had to wait till the end of the year.
You had like 6 months of because yeah.
So you get me.
Yeah.
So now I had like from September to December to be applying because no company is
Was
hiring.
going to hire.
So it was very challenging, and I had no choice. That's the system here. So what happened for me was that I used that. I was still learning because one thing about interviews is that you can't just sit down and you tell yourself that if an interview comes tomorrow, you're ready. No.
Yeah.
Especially for what I was looking into, I was applying for positions of data role, data engineering, big data, and all that. So they'll ask you questions, and these are like areas that they evolve rapidly. There's always something new. You get me?
So you have to stay up
You
to
have
date.
to be up to date. So every day while doing my student job aside, I was doing revision. I get back home, I'll study, apply for jobs and all that. And luckily in December, same thing happened. I got an offer, a permanent offer. I don't know, I don't want 110 an intern. So I got the permanent offer from a French company, which is the Devo team, the Next Digital that Enki mentioned earlier on. So what now happened was that they thought I was done already with my internship. So they were a bit confused later on. So when I clarified it, they were like, oh, they can't. I was like, why can't you? They have to change the offer to me to an internship offer. So I was like, why? So their own excuse was that based on my status of being a student, because you have a status, right, in France. So that status being a student, they said it'd be hard for them to just convince the French government to give me like a work permit because I don't have any French degree. So because they said the French, so that was their own excuse, right? That the French authority wouldn't just give me a job without
you showing you have your certificate.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, no problem. What do we do? When do we get started? They gave me the offer, the internship offer. I took it, and I was meant to start 2 weeks after they gave me the offer. Very funny. What now happened was that a recruiter from LinkedIn contacted me, an AWS recruiter just sent me a link. It was like, hello, blah, blah, blah. I would love you to apply for this role. Please let me know after you have applied. So, and then I was on my bed that day just playing game. I saw the message. I was like, LinkedIn, AWS. I'm like, this doesn't happen. Like, it's impossible. I haven't thought it was a scam. To be honest, I didn't take it seriously. So later on, something was like, okay, Habib, stop this thing. Sit down, open this message and look at it. So I sat down, opened the LinkedIn message, read it. I was like, okay, let me open the profile because,
you want to see the person.
Exactly, because it's come on, like an IT guy is always our dream to work for. We call them the fan, like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. So, and my own dream was like, I'm gonna definitely work for these big companies. After I have like 5 years of experience, you get me.
You didn't think it was going to be your first.
Not at all. Like that. In fact, I said I thought they were joking, but something in me again told me no, be serious. Took the phone, read it, opened that profile. I saw that she's a verified recruiter. Like, come on. Then I applied. After applying for the role, then she put me through the process. Told me that, okay, there's going to be like an online examination. So the online examination is just like 5 different sections that one might be like the work life stuff in Amazon, like how they work in Amazon. They want to test you, and some might be like technical questions, and some might just be like how will I say it? Forgot the word. French. So logical, reasoning, exactly. So I was like, okay, no problem. What I did, so this was when I wished Level Hire existed, because as a foreigner, now you don't have a mentor. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know anyone working in any big company that could, let me know, like prepare me for what I was about to start, like the process. So what I always love challenge. That's just me. I took that upon myself, Googled, definitely Google is your friend, right? Started Googling things after, based on what, like the structure of what she gave to me. After Googling them, the good part was that I was able to find some content that helped me, like how to answer questions using the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, and like the leadership principles. So Amazon actually have like leadership principles that they will test you against. According to them, if you meet those leadership principles, that's what will make you to be very successful as an employee.
It shows that you have the personality
exactly they're looking for.
That they're looking for to integrate into the team.
Exactly. So I really took that upon myself. I learned that. So the recruiter gave me like a week, because actually it was based on my own terms. Like she didn't want to rush me, because it's very good to be ready. Such opportunities doesn't come every time. So I told her in a week, because man, I was so excited. So in a week I was preparing for that, and the next thing I did, that I passed the first stage. The second stage is called phone screening. Phone screening is just they ask you like questions based on, of course, based on the leadership principles. So that's what we call behavioral questions. So behavioral questions is like, so tell me a time that you went above for a customer. So you make sure that. So the good part about me was that those practicals, like I was able to do right doing my studies, really helped me, because that was what I put on my CV. So
as experience,
and those were valid experience for them, because by that
it was
time,
even their system.
Exactly, everything on my CV was just about them. So I think that was what like made her actually to contact me, and I could remember everything I did, because those are really concrete things. Like those are things that like whatever company is going to implement. So I was able to use that, like the experiences I listed, to answer those questions, because the experiences I listed was not just listing things.
There were actual things that you did.
Exactly. Concrete things that really relate to, like me gaining trust of the customer, me being obsessed about a customer, me trying to like have a continuous like
relationship and learning
attitude, because they are very, very like serious about
can you give us the what is it that Amazon AWS has? Is it like top 5 or what is it?
So AWS is the number one when it comes to cloud computing. It's not even just so, because I'm in the cloud computing part. So Amazon is divided into two. So we have the Amazon, the retail and logistics, and the cloud part. So the cloud part is a very mature business that they were the first to start it in 2026 and 2026.
2026
yes,
is next year.
Sorry, 2006. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
2006. That was when they actually started the cloud part, the cloud business. So AWS is the biggest cloud provider, followed by Microsoft and Google.
Yeah. Sorry, give me 1 minute.
No
if you have questions, please don't hesitate to write them in the private chat, or if you're joining us from LinkedIn, you can drop your questions there, and then we'll definitely take them. Okay, this is so interesting. Go on, Habib.
Yeah, sorry.
So you were saying that, you said they were the first to start in 2006.
2006.
Yes, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time, and that business is the most profitable business for them.
For Amazon.
So they have the largest share, and also with this whole AI thing, Microsoft is trying to catch up. But we see how it goes, because it's a very big market right now.
So you were able to prove that you had done business, you had treated case studies.
Yes,
that actually had to dealt with their actual
the questions that they were asking, because those were behavioral questions, not even technical questions. So after that, then you move on to the final stage, which is the phone screen. Which is the loop. So the loop, that's what I call it. Loop is, you have like, depends on your it depends on the level they're hiring you for.
Okay.
So if the hiring is the level they were hiring for was like a young graduate, right? So which is level 4. So level 4, you start, and you have like 4 people in front of you, 4 interviewers. So but they are not all together at the same time. So you like, and you have like an hour each
with each
with
person.
each person.
Mm.
So the first person, they will have told him what he needs to ask and all that. So definitely same thing, behavioral question, second person behavioral question. Then the third person now was the technical person, trying to just cross-check the things I listed on my CV, the technical things, asking me questions related to big data, to software engineering. And he saw that, wow, this guy is ready. Yeah, because I was already ready. Every day I was studying. So they really liked it. So the good part was that I made sure that each and everyone I spoke to, I showed them my personality. I showed them, like I was not just saying things like, because I could show them that I'm a team player, I can work with them. So I made them to just feel like this person I can work with. So actually, that's what they're actually also looking for doing an interview. So you don't try to be, I don't know, ego to have ego, or to be ego, yeah. So, or to, I don't know, do like too much. No, like feel free. Like someone, they can even correct you, because we have interviewed. Okay, so anyway, we'll get to that part later. So yeah, so that was how I got in after the loop. The same, very funny. Like my case was just special though. The same day, nighttime, actually, the recruiter called me back. The recruiter is based in the UK. She called me. I was like, I was the interview. I was like, it went well. She was like, hope you know your exhausted. I was like, of course I am. And she was like, I have a good news to tell you. I was like, don't tell me that. Like, because when I just heard I have a good news to tell you, I was like, I told her, you not tell me.
You're not ready for
I
it.
was not ready for that. And she was like, yeah, we would love to give you an offer immediately. Wow. Everyone you spoke to loved your interview. And she started mentioning those numbers, and I was like, I was gone already. Like, I didn't want to hear. Like, she was just telling me, this is your base salary, this is like the equity. I was like, sorry, can you just send me as an email?
I need to get all of this.
I need
internalize it.
For real, I needed to digest, because it was unbelievable. Like, up to now, I wouldn't even lie to anyone. I just feel like I'm dreaming. Like, it feels like
how it happened.
Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, it's crazy. It's to me, it's grace. So the grace helped me, and I got it. She sent me the email, and I accepted it, of course.
You didn't tell her, let me get back to you.
No.
I'm waiting on a few other offers.
No. I took it. So to take you a bit back, I mentioned that I was meant to start my internship in 2 weeks. I already got an internship offer. So just to give you like two different perspectives, right? An American company, international company, right? Didn't ask all this whole process, didn't tell me that it's impossible to give me a full-time position. You see, right?
Yeah.
But the other guys told me it was not possible.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a bullshit thing, but the thing is, that's just how they filter will I say, the people they employ, which is sad, because I should have gotten the position, permanent position with the other guys.
Company,
yeah. So maybe it's just destiny that I had to work for AWS though.
Yeah, sometimes these things work out the way that they should, and that's where patience, I would say, in the entire process, and just giving yourself that grace as well to wait it through.
Definitely.
Because I wanted to ask you, the time that those people told you, oh, it's impossible, we can't do it.
Yeah.
I can imagine, of course, you said you went back, you started applying, but it might have affected you.
Definitely.
Your
emotionally, of course.
Emotionally, and all of that.
Of course, definitely it did. But one thing about me is that I don't dwell in sadness. Like, I just don't sit there and start thinking about what could have not. I just move. It's what was ahead of me that I'm always looking at. So yeah.
Beautiful. I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you said that this lady reached out to you on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Right. So it means that you had positioned yourself
exactly
on LinkedIn for her to see you and to reach out to you.
Exactly.
So what did you do? What were you doing?
What was I doing? So anyway, actually LinkedIn, I opened LinkedIn when I came to France. So just to imagine, so someone that had a master's degree coming in without LinkedIn, because it's not something that we were used to. You get me? So coming here, I opened my LinkedIn, then going to the school. Of course, we had a session with people that made us to know how to do our CV. Then they also trained us on how to present yourself on LinkedIn, right? So all those things that they gave to us, of course, they were not the one that implemented those things for me. It was up to you. So yeah, so when I had all those information, right, I started using it to build my LinkedIn. So make sure that I had like a professional picture. My biography was, very well, very
Well
clear,
written,
very well
yes.
written. So, and also the experiences, I make sure that I listed those experiences and the skills, because those are keywords like recruiter use
Yes.
whenever they're searching.
Yes.
So those things. So I think I was really ahead of my game. I'll just say, because most of my colleagues were not doing that. So they were even surprised, like, come on, so from LinkedIn, are you kidding me? Because they actually they overlooked it, and that's what the problem is. LinkedIn is a place that you shouldn't, because people are always looking.
Yeah.
So,
and I think I also remember you always sharing your certificate. I know even now you're not that active on LinkedIn anymore, but you're still updating your certifications, your skills. So all of those things are very important.
Definitely. Like, thanks for even saying that, because after getting a job, of course, I'm no more looking for jobs. So my LinkedIn, I do have a lot of people contacting me for offers, but I just don't. I'm good at where I am right now. So, but at the same time, I don't hesitate to actually update my skills, to put in like things I've achieved, and people also react to it, know that this guy is active, like, and that's why I like up to like currently I have a lot of messages that people are offering me like different roles, right? So like certifications, I don't joke with it. Like we mentioned, continuous learning. So and that is what even drove me to GenAI right now and AI, because like I said, I started from data, right? So I fusion AI, GenAI with what I'm doing, because the backbone of everything about all this machine learning is data. So that's the good part about me. Like recent, like will I say in August, right? In August for during the summer period, right? I obtained like almost 5 new certifications, and it was just being dedicated. I was really into it, and because I knew that in September I was meant to start like GenAI project also. So that really motivated me, because one thing about me is that as a consultant, right? Because I'm a consultant, I'm gonna be in front of like
the end client,
end client executives, not just even developers. So I'm in front of the executive, like you'll be in front of someone that have 20 decision makers. So your advice really matters, and you should be careful of like what you are advising someone that even have more experience than you. But the good part about it is that they need your experience, because you are the experts here. They want to use your service. So that doesn't make me have this, will I say, what do they call it, in fact, like when I forgot the word.
Insecurity or complex?
No, there's a name for it. I don't, when I remember it. But anyway, so that doesn't make you have whatever, like that insecurity in front of people's more experience than
low self-esteem and all
exactly.
Things like that. We have a question. Someone wants to know how much did French language contribute to you getting the offers that you spoke about, and eventually Amazon and all of that. Did you speak French before getting these offers, and how was it instrumental to you, even applying to, I imagine, applying to a lot of roles, but also eventually getting all of these offers?
So if I should take a beat back, I said I was in Algeria, and getting to study in Algeria, you had to learn the language. So I started learning French in Algeria. I actually did 8 months of French before I started my
Algeria
bachelor's.
is a Northern African country. I think Arabic is there, but French as well is one of their.
So French is what they use in the schools.
Okay, that's
Okay. So French. So that was when I started learning French. So coming to France, it was like I didn't even know how to speak French, because I'm in the motherland. So this ones here, they were faster, and new words, like they use the real grammar. So I was a bit confused, but of course, I have the background and all that. I still
Mm.
know how to speak French, so I had to make sure that I mingle with the French native guys so that to be able to learn some new words that
And
they use and
practice.
practice.
Yes.
So that really helped me to also improve my French, knowing that I know how to speak French before. But will I say, for of course, for the Belgian role I got, French was not, and French was not what helped me to get it, because I was meant to go there work in English, so
Yeah.
that wasn't affected by language. But the internship I got, of course, it was done in French. It's a French consulting company.
So the
Devontae-
interview was in French.
The interview was in French, so I used to get French English offers, interviews, because I speak both language. But Amazon, the AWS one, it was just English all through. There was no French. In fact, there was no time during the interview they even asked me that, do you speak French? Because it was written in my CV, but definitely there was no.
And your role perhaps did not require that. And
so exactly
the client you also be interacting with.
So the good part is that if you're getting into so anyway, the program is called Early Career Program.
What program?
The one
you
got the one I used
to
get into.
Amazon.
So there's an early career program that they hire young graduates. Even if you're not young graduate, even if you're not a graduate, they do hire. Actually, they do, like, if maybe I'll send it to Level Hire, you see the job description, you see that they'll put 0 to 2 years of experience. And there's no criteria of if you have a degree, or they even put like if you have a certification, so you could have done one training you just get the certification and you get the job. So they were open to everyone, IT and non-IT background. So if you get a job offer with them, the good part is that they're everywhere. You in fact, they can even tell you, if you can even be open to them. It's like, oh, you don't want to work with you don't want to work in France because you don't know how to speak French. And if they're, we have the UK office or the Belgian office. I have a friend that they did that too, and she moved to the UK. So,
and I think that what you're also saying is that, especially if you're in France, that English is not the native language and you want to be here, it's almost, you give yourself a better chance if you have the knowledge of the local language of that language, right? So you can apply for more. And that's why you got, you had all of this multiple offers, because you were applying to roles that required you to speak French and English, So you just open yourself to a lot more opportunities, with the knowledge of the local language or French language. Of course, you might be fortunate enough to get a job that does not require French, but you just give yourself more opportunities when you have that bilingual competence.
Just to add to that a bit, is also it helps me actually with my day-to-day thing, because currently, so I cover the EMEA region, the Europe, Middle East, and Africa, right? So it's up to me now to choose project, right? So you get to have project in French, in English, in different languages. So the thing is that maybe I'm bored with English project. I'll just say them, give me a French project. So you see, you still have even your career
variety.
Exactly. So it still even help you, like, even like if you speak both languages, like your day-to-day this, because that actually has given me like different perspectives. So that in case, because I do have like a very big let's say goal that I want to become, I don't know, a CEO, a VP, like things like that. So I won't be restricted, like and those that I think companies are actually looking for someone with such versatile get me. So you shouldn't really so it's not because this guy's stupid because it's only English or they didn't care about French, but the French is still helping me, like because I get to sometimes maybe there's no English project, I'm not just there useless, you get me.
They can put you on
they
other
put me
projects.
there on other project, and it's really, really helpful, like very, very helpful. And that's why internally, like, wow.
And it also makes you a bit less indispensable.
Of course.
Right? If you're just a consultant that do projects in English and maybe 2, 3, 6 months there are no project and you're just on the payroll, but if you're someone who is that versatile, you're someone that can be placed at any point in time, and the company would appreciate a consultant with that gives them that kind of opportunity.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, they want to make money, right?
definitely.
So you're giving them the most opportunity to do that. We'll be rounding up. Um, you mentioned that you wished you had a mentor, this kind of opportunity to be
Yeah.
mentored, when you started your career. And in our interactions, you've always expressed to me how it's important to you to give, to help other people that, get this information, receive this guidance that you yourself did not, you wished you had. So how important is that to you? At this stage that you are in your career, helping another person who is just starting this journey, maybe they're trying to transition into that data, AI, cloud computing, or just coming into France for the first time, they're starting their education and they feel a bit lost. How is it important to you to be that guide for them?
Yeah, it's very important to me because I'm fortunate enough to be working in a big company that there are a lot of information I get to see, and I'll be like, why can't people be curious enough to, or not curious enough, I won't put it that way. Anyway, like I said, I was not fortunate enough to know someone working there. So the good part is me, I'm in there, I'm inside, so I can give that for free. I can share that information for free that can help a lot of people, because there are a lot of trainings that we do have that is just for free that will actually help you to, to upskill. But because you don't know someone to share such link, how will you know? So that's just the thing. So to me, I believe that it's really going to be helpful, because I've always been a resourceful person. I hate like having something sitting on it and not like sharing it out to people around me. So people are, of course, I won't just be out there sharing links, everywhere. So the good part is that people around me will be like my mentees, my friends, my environment. So that is a very good thing for me to have that. I do have like mentees that I can tell, okay, I can guide them that, okay, this is what we want to do. This is where we're heading to the next 5. So that's because even me, like whoever you are, like CEOs, everyone do have mentors. You get me? So that because everyone has like where you want to be. So things like that, as long as you have like a projection of how you see yourself, you definitely need someone to guide you, put you through stuff, share things with you that will actually make sure that you become a success. Because achieving what you want is one thing, but being successful at it is something else.
Awesome. We only have about 8 minutes left. Do we have any more questions? No questions yet. So Habib, he is on our platform as a mentor. So if you want to apply to be mentored with Habib, we will share the link to register on the platform. So if one of my colleagues can help me share that link, we will do that, and we'll also share more information on the registration and how you can get subscribed to find a mentor and level higher. I think that the takeaways, which are very, very important, is first, don't just, and that's something that we used to do a lot in Nigeria, right? Hopefully it has changed. A lot of us went to school just for the fact that we needed to go to school to get educated, right?
Things have changed now.
And so we didn't have that long-term, vision to say, where's the world going to 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Am I learning those skills that will be in demand? Not even today, because anything that you're learning for today, by tomorrow is obsolete.
For real.
Right?
For real.
So there's that need to
Especially
be intentional
in this age of AI.
In this age of AI, and we go to even when you invest money and you go to a master's, you come here, you get a higher degree. There's a lot of theory that is taught, and having this mentorship, speaking with people that are in these organizations that know the tools, the skills that these organizations are using and are looking for. There's nothing that beats that, because you don't learn that in a lot of these Grundy
No,
call
no
that
schools will
we,
push you
yeah,
through that.
they don't learn that. So it's so important to maximize this, this opportunity of, getting information, guidance from people that also come from a place that is very familiar with you. You've gone through this experience of coming
Definitely.
abroad, trying getting your master's degree. You applied for jobs, you got
Those
rejected.
experiences will
I'm sure
help.
there were times you were like, "Oh my God, my residence permit. How can I
Of course,
renew it?"
I was in that
Yeah, and
situation in December.
and we haven't even, unfortunately, we don't have time to,
Yeah.
go in depth, but definitely it's like, you go to the prefecture, they need a contract. You go to the office, they need your residence permit, and you find
So much
yourself
confusion everywhere.
confusion. And when you have interactions with someone who has gone through that journey, experienced all of those periods of frustration, isolation, and they are able to successfully navigate that and now have built a thriving career, it's an interaction that it's so, so valuable. So there's
Definitely.
that. But there's also the fact that you should have a strategy around your job application process. Because, like you
Definitely.
said, you weren't waking up every day and just applying,
No,
applying,
no,
applying. You
no.
were applying, but you were still learning,
Definitely.
still keeping yourself up to date. So your application process, still, you need to have a strategy around it. Be
Everything is
clear.
about
What do
strategy.
you want to do? What kind of role are you looking for? And still give yourself time to learn.
Yeah.
Don't, because it's usually tough when you find yourself without a job and you're making applications out of frustration and desperation. And at the end of the day, people will say, I applied for 500 jobs, nobody called
Mm.
me back, nobody, maybe it's just because of that strategy
Yeah, you
of
need to be.
doing mass
Yeah,
application.
you need to be strategic.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And the good part about me is that, just to add the bit to it, is that so it's about cloud computing, right? I was already learning AWS at that time, because when I was applying, I started learning other cloud providers. I started learning Google Cloud, Microsoft, and I added that to my CV. So that really helped because they saw that, well, you have a strategy. You're not just depending on one guy or the other. So Google could have contacted me, or Microsoft. So it's always good to have a strategy. Very, very important.
Um, so, and then finally, I want to pull up something. Yes, I think this is it. So, I don't know if any of my colleagues were able to help me share the link. You can follow us on LinkedIn and stay updated with what we do. I hope that you guys are seeing. And here we have just the screen of our subscription tiers. Of course, you have a um, discovery. What do you say? Discovery. Yeah, method offer. Yes, offer where you get to have a conversation with a mentor, and then subsequently you can pay. And of course, we also have partnership with a lot of with language, French language instructors. If you want to take language classes, if you need consultation on how to renew your papers, if you need coaching on how to maximize your LinkedIn. So you can reach out to us, and we'll be happy to see how we'll work together with you. So before we sign off, we have exactly 2 minutes. Do we have any more questions? Let me go back to our screen. Any more questions? Okay, so thank you very much. Do we have any questions from LinkedIn team? Or is it possible to have the recordings? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, we will make the recordings available. If you registered using the link, we'll have your email address and we'll share the recording of this session. So, but if you did not register using the link, feel free to drop your email address in the chat before we sign off so that we can also get the recording across to you. Okay. Any last words? So, and please indicate if you want to, yes, if you want to be mentored by our amazing mentor, Habib. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Last
for having
words
me.
for our audience, our participants.
Yeah, feel free to also reach out to me if you want
Yes,
to on
on
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Great, great, great. And that's about it for our first live session. So follow us on LinkedIn. Please share our LinkedIn links as well, and you just stay connected to all other sessions that we'll have coming on within the next coming weeks and months. All right. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest and have a great weekend. All
Yeah.
right.
Enjoy your weekend.
It's TGIF. Have a great TGIF and a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.